Okay, now, Triti. Possibly the most discussed guild because nobody ever knew how to do it back in the day. Well, it's gotten a lot easier now. Now, I'm not going to be able to say anything that Chewy LSB didn't already say in his Triti tutorial. All I'm going to say is that it all revolves around the thorns. If you're going to have two thorns next to each other on that connect a side of a triangle, an existing triangle, it can't be a gap like the one that you see on the left. That one right there that I just pointed to. This is the one that I wish I had done live, but the one that I'm pointing to now and the one across from it, those would not form another Triti. Well, you'll see. Now, since there are no two thorns next to each other on a matching on a corner of a matching triangle, not matching, same triangle, you just want to make sure that there aren't two thorns connecting on a triangle. Now, when there aren't two thorns, then you can get rid of that. Also, you don't want to leave any one isolated triangle. You want to get rid of them because I think you'll see why in a second. Also, that blue cloud, you want to destroy that. Not destroy, drain it. But this is hard to describe because it's, you know, there's not a whole lot to say. That right there. When you leave an isolated triangle with a thorn in it, or without a thorn in it, when you just leave an isolated triangle, it'll spawn as many Tritis as it possibly can. So, wish it could be more helpful on this, but yeah, if you're going to leave a Triti, you want to leave two connecting triangles. And always take the thorns out. If you're going to take Triti out, you want to make sure that there's nothing connected to it. Now, I do intentionally show what happens when you leave the last one again, in case it wasn't clear enough. Alright, and the blue triangle, it does take more damage, so that should generally be your target.
Doctor.
And that. See, just leaving it unintended, when the thorns pop back up, it'll spawn more Triti. I'm more showing in this video rather than actually doing, even though I'm not really clear with my explanation. Also, I really hate the brightness on this. You know, the Kiriaki thing was taken straight from my under the knife one, where I had made adjustments to the Dazzle's brightness so it would be tolerable. But in between, when I recorded under the knife one, and all of a sudden when I was going to start recording Defterra, a blue screen of death infected my laptop. So now, here's another way you can do Triti if you're really bored. If you just don't feel like, if all you feel like doing is doing the missions, not getting any real ranks, here's all you need to do with Triti. The obvious answer. Healing touch. They can't regenerate if you don't give them any time. Just take everything out by force if necessary.
Decreasing.
And
Proceed as normal.
the operation is finished in a time of 10 seconds. Ruben is very fine. No, I didn't mean it in that way, you pedophilia perverts. And just for that I get a C rank. If you do want to get a high rank in that mission, what you should probably do is let the thorns, not the Triti itself, the thorns regenerate so you can pull more out, so you'll build up a bigger chain. now, everybody's favorite, Tetarti. Now Tetarti is an easy guild to beat. However, not an easy operation to XS. Because, well, not exactly this operation, because this is the first time you find this particular part of Tetarti. But if you're doing the X mission, X4 Kyriaki, it's next to impossible to access it without making mistakes, so it's kind of trouble. Which is why they are a little bit more forgiving and they do let you make a mistake. Why? Because Tetarti is initially a lot faster than this. Now see, this is what happens when you're too slow. It'll escape. You need to be very quick at it. And bear in mind that under normal operations standards, Tetarti would be moving about twice as fast. And they wouldn't be exactly showing their colors off. You'd have to be judging from the gas, which would be a lot more smoggy. So it'd be a lot harder. So no, it's not a hard operation to beat. It is a hard operation to get a high rank on, though. Because, like that right there, if the Tetarti runs into the outside of an organ or runs into another Tetarti, it will in fact do a 180, and you have to hit its head with the syringe. So that'll result in a miss. When it's moving twice as fast, trust me, it is not nearly as easy to hit it. But yeah, I don't think you'll have any trouble actually progressing with the operations. So there we go. And now, for the first time since Defterra, we come to a really hard guild, Pempti. Pempti is a unique and long fight, to say the least. You can't make any mistakes during it because your mistakes will cause you to fall behind in this pattern that Pempti uses. So don't fall behind like I did the first time. Yes, this is another operation that I fail in the first time. Now, those will cause lacerations, as you've probably seen several times. And these, in a later difficulty, it's impossible to destroy all the blue ones before they can cause the polyps. That is another very devastating part. You do want to aim it towards the center before they get too far out, which is where they start causing damage. If you can at least get 3 of them, then it shouldn't be that much trouble. And then of course you have to realize that in destroying the blue ones you have to be fast enough, otherwise they'll regenerate, which is never a good thing. This brings back horrible memories. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not sure if this is a failure, this shows a failure one or not, because I failed one, I succeeded the next, but I sadly found out that they weren't recording. So I think this is going to be a good one on first try. Technically not. You always want to move the laser as they're going, because if you were to just move the laser when they settled into their position to swoop in and make a slash, you won't have enough time before it slashes. So move. Always keep your laser in the center and then move it away with the attacker, like that, and that, and that, and that. Sort of a visual aid for you. And when you have the blue ones that cause the fluid to go up, you should generally try to aim between them. So at the very least you can manage to destroy 2 and relatively quickly, and then you might even be able to destroy a 3rd one. I've never seen all 5 go on a hard difficulty, so look forward to a long drawn out battle. Do not fall behind, because if you do, use healing touch to recover, otherwise you're gone.